welcome to the Power of Cells series. So today we'll be reading on the power in sex. Power simply means an ability to produce an effect. And again, an authority or a legal or official authority being given to someone. Now we all know what sex is all about. It's an intercourse, a relationship that has to do with male and female organ to produce a pleasure, fun, or satisfaction. Proverbs chapter 5 from verse 15 to 18. Drink water from your own cistern, running water from your own well. Should your spring overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares, let them be yours and yours alone. Verse 18 says, let your manhood be a blessing. Now, your manhood as a man, your private parts, your pubic areas, your vagina, your breast, be a blessing. With this, there's a power that is inclusion within a sex or positions itself in a sex activity. It doesn't do without sex. It's called the sex staying power, which I tagged SEI, X-E-I. There are three staying powers that sex has. The X-E-I of sex. Number one staying power that we want to talk about is your sensation. Sensation is ability to keep yourself in control of your feelings for you to be able to work perfectly well with your sexual organs. Sensation has to do with your feelings. Without your feelings, there's no sensation. Now, this thing that has to do with your feelings, and this is what makes you to have an uncontrollable passion for sex, even when you are not having sex, even when you are alone, even when you are with people, even when you are not even with your partner having that sex. Your sensation is what ignites the fire for sexual activity. Second one is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is what ignites your feeling, your zeal for what? For sex. It's what you call an excessive feelings for sex, a passion. Let's call it a passion for sex. For instance, you see somebody that always has this passion to have sex without the person having a boundary for what sexual activity. Some people say that the person is possessed. That's what's making that person not to be able to say no, I can't, I don't want to have the sex. It's enthusiasm, it's the passion, it's the sensation that causes it. Now, the person is not possessed, but this is what is called enthusiasm the person has over sex. Now, this thing is natural. These things are very natural and critical to human beings. Everybody in this world, everybody on earth, both the child, both the adult, both the youth, both the teenagers. Feelings are natural, passion, sensations are natural when you are into sexual activity. Enthusiasm are natural even when you are no longer having that sex. You are not inside sex anymore. You are outside, you are just on your own, being yourself. Enthusiasm is normal. Why? Because you have tested it. This enthusiasm is what's called favor, the intensity of a feeling. See, for one to indulge in sexual activities, your sensations, your feelings must be intense. Now, the more you involve yourself in sexual activities, the more your feelings are growing, the more your sensations are growing, the more your enthusiasm, your passion, your energy for sex is growing. This is what takes place when you see some people saying that I like sex more than food. I'm happy having sex. I call it for enthusiasm that causes it. There has been an ignition of a passion. The light is already here. The fire is already there. Why? It's because it is gotten at the point of your sensation, at the point of you having sexual activity on it. And number 3 thing we want to talk about here is indulgence. The indulgence simply means an act of involving in sex. A desire of yielding to sexual urges. The point of you give it free. Some people say, you hear some guys say, this young girl is just a public toilet. this young girl, this young lady, this woman, it just everybody's goals. Yes, what Cassie say is because of what? Indulgence, the act of indulgence. Now, I've talked about the sensation, I've talked about the enthusiasm. These are the things that increases someone's indulgence in sex. Now, you can't see somebody who has never tasted sex, and you see that person indulging in sex. No. You will not see somebody who has not tasted sex, who has not tasted pornography, and you see that person having the urge, the feeling. Yes, the feeling is natural to man, but yeah, you can't see that person having this an increasement of urge to indulge in sex, an unrestricted pressure for sex. You see the person feeling an excessive feeling for sex. Now, if you have not tasted sex before, you will not understand what sensation is all about, which stimulates sex. You will never even have this enthusiasm and uncontrollable passion for sex. It's not possible. You can't even think of always indulging in sex. Your membrane cannot transfer the stuff of sex to your brain. That's just the main thing. When you are into sex, sensation is normal. When you are into sex, enthusiasm, the passion for more is normal. When you are into sex, indulgence from one person to the other is normal. Now, in this kind of case, what is the scripture saying over sex? Now, we read the book of Proverbs, chapter 5, from verse 15 to 18. So, why are you taking yourself to the public? Why are you taking what's ought to be a blessing to lives and to blessing to family, a blessing to societies, to anyhow? Sex is a blessing. Your vagina is a blessing. Your penis is a blessing. So you don't have to take what ought to be a blessing to turn it to become a shame. If you have indulged in sex, all these things I say must be happening to you. There is no two ways about it. There are the staying powers of sex. Sensation, enthusiasm, and indulgence is what keeps you in sex. Just like Christians has the staying power to do exploits and to become a good Christian, just it is to sex. Sex has its own staying power to do its work effectively. So all these things, the sensation, the enthusiasm, the indulgence, are the inspirations of sex. These are the inspiration of sex. So if you see yourself having excessive feelings, see yourself indulging yourself in sexual urges, you see yourself indulging in sexual acts from the starting point from where you started. You see people who started with lesbianism and were having the feelings with their same sex. You see people who started with opposite sex and were having their feelings with opposite sex. So you see people started with animals, bestialities. They have the feelings for animals. So at your starting point is where your feeling will be anchored. If you've not indulged in sex, don't indulge in it. Any kind of sex, whether opposite sex, lesbianism, whether pornography, whether masturbation, I'll talk fully in subsequent episode over all these things and what it has to transfer, psychological and effect to your body. You are a blessing. Your sexual organs are for blessing. Your manhood, your breast, your vagina, your clitoris are for blessing and not for a public show and not for a shame.